Have you ever seen two people who clearly love each other, but can't say it out loud? Have you ever witnessed a gaze so deep, that words become unnecessary? That's them. Bai Jingting and Zhang Ruonan. Two names, two hearts. They never openly confessed their love. Yet somehow, the world could feel it. But now the question is, can a love like that survive under the spotlight? Can it withstand the pressure of the entertainment industry, the contracts, the cameras, and the ever-watchful eyes of the public? Let's dive deeper. Because maybe, this isn't just a love story. Sometimes, love grows in silence. No grand gestures, no kisses under bright lights, no loud declarations, but within that silence, something far more profound begins to bloom. The public saw them only as co-stars. But for those who paid attention, there was something else. A tenderness that felt too real to be scripted. A glance that lasted a little too long. A smile, oh, that smile, that only appeared when they were near each other. But love, if that's what it truly was, had to remain hidden. There were contracts, there were cameras, there were careers on the line. And there were fans, millions of them, whose expectations could turn into storms. So they chose silence, to love, in restraint, to protect, from a distance, to speak, through glances and quiet gestures. But love this genuine, can't stay hidden forever. It all unraveled during what was supposed to be a routine press conference. Bai Jingting arrived looking calm, as always. But behind his composed face, his eyes seemed tired, as if he'd been carrying something heavy for far too long. Zhang Ruonan stood on the opposite end of the room. She smiled, but something in her eyes betrayed her, something fragile, something aching. And then it came. A journalist asked, "Are you just colleagues, or is there something more between you?" A simple question, but one that shattered everything. Bai Jingting paused. He turned to look at Zhang Ruonan. And she looked right back. That moment, one silent second, carried the weight of years. Bai took a deep breath. His voice cracked as he said, "We're more than you think. But we're not sure if the world is ready to hear it." The room fell silent. The world fell silent. But fans who had always believed, their hearts stirred. They cried, they gasped, but above all, they finally understood. All this time, their love had spoken through actions. When Bai Jingting quietly covered Ruonan's head with his jacket in the rain, even though the cameras weren't rolling. When Ruonan instinctively turned toward Jingting in a crowd, like her heart always knew where he was. When they laughed together at jokes only they understood. When love can't be spoken, the body finds its own language. They never held hands in public. But they embraced in other ways, in small acts of care. In distance held for professionalism, but eyes that always searched for each other. In unspoken tears, in shared restraint. After that quiet confession, everything changed. Public curiosity exploded. Every glance was magnified. Every interaction became a headline. And in the middle of all that noise, Bai Jingting made a surprising move. He wrote an open letter on social media. Not a long one, but honest, heartfelt. "I don't know when you stopped being just a colleague to me. But one day, I realized, I couldn't imagine a world without you." No long explanation, just truth. Zhang Ruonan didn't respond with words. She simply shared the post, with a heart and a tear emoji. And in a world full of illusions, that one quiet action felt more sincere than 1,000 love declarations. Of course, the speculation followed. Is this just a PR stunt? Is this real love, or just part of the script? But those who had watched them from the start, knew it was real. They saw how Bai Jingting looked at Zhang Ruonan like she was the only light in a dark room. And how Ruonan always searched for Jingting, like a sailor searching for the North Star. They weren't perfect. They were just human. But their love, was proof that even in an industry built on masks and performance, true feelings still exist. There are still tears, not written in scripts. There is still love, too deep to be hidden anymore. Now, they've begun to open up. Not with shouts from the rooftops, but quietly, gracefully, authentically. And during a fan meeting, someone asked Bai Jingting, "Are you happy now?" He glanced at Zhang Ruonan and replied softly, "As long as she's by my side, I'm happy." Ruonan didn't speak, but her eyes welled with tears. She smiled, and everyone knew. That wasn't just any smile. Those weren't just any tears. They were tears that had waited too long to fall. Because sometimes, the most beautiful kind of love is the kind that doesn't need to be spoken. It lives in silence, in glances, in gestures, and when it finally finds its voice, even if only through a single sentence, a single emoji, or a single tear, the world pauses and makes space for two hearts that have finally found each other. So what do you think? Will Bai Jingting and Zhang Ruonan take the next step forward? Or will they continue to love in silence? Tell us your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another emotional love story. We'll see you in the next video. And remember, true love doesn't always need words. Sometimes, it only needs to be felt.